One thing you think Ole Miss did that you weren't expecting, or they did better, much better than what you maybe thought they did?
Well, a couple plays they hit us in the second half, putting trips into the boundary, and they put quads into the boundary, had the guy open, and he really missed the ball. That's something that we had worked on, but that particular play, the play they scored on at the end of the game was a jailbreak screen with the back running a wheel route, which we didn't pass off and play correctly, so that was good execution on their part. But the play that set up that score, we had a mental error in coverage covering the tight end, and he catches a 20-yard ball or whatever, get down there in that kind of position. So did not play the way we needed to play down the stretch. They made the plays that they needed to make, and we didn't. And they've got a really good football team, and that's why they won the game.
Nick, what does it say about their team and their program that, with all the clutter that they faced with game day here for the first time, that they were able to rise up and play the way they did in the fourth quarter?
Well, I think the momentum of the game, really got in their favor in the second half based on a lot of things that we didn't do very well. They made some plays when we turned the ball over, and they converted some critical third downs, in the fourth quarter, which really changed the field position and, sort of got us in the hole, even though we got them stopped when it was, we were 17-17. So I think it speaks well of the way they're coached. They play hard. They're very aggressive on defense, and defensive players compete very well. And they've got some big play players on offense, and they made big plays today.
Nick, this is the earliest you all lost, I think, since 2007. Does it feel different, or is it like you're saying you still have your goals in front of you you can possibly run to?
Well, we have our goals in front of us, and we play in a very difficult division. And I've been very pleased with the way our team has improved from the first game through the first 4 games, and the way we played against Florida. During the bye week, our focus was on improvement. This was our first game on the road, and it affected us, and we did not play as well as what we have been playing, and we didn't continue to improve. Now, I don't know if it was the atmosphere, I don't know if it was the bye week, I don't know specifically what created it. Probably that they played pretty well, and we needed to play our best football of the year, and just really didn't do it. They had a critical drop on third down in the first half. Just got a penalty there. We're 2nd and 2, and then in great shape to score and win the game at the end. Get a holding penalty that puts us in a long yardage situation after we got a first down. So we throw an interception. So the last 2 possessions we had, we turned the ball over. So got to take advantage of opportunities when you have them. And, it's hard to overcome penalties, turnovers, missed executions on defense, and they took advantage of it. You got to give their team a lot of credit.
Nick, what was the difference in the second half? You seemed to have control in the first half, and they seemed to just control things in the second half.
Well, I think it all started with the big play to the tight end. They put trips into the boundary. Backer's got to walk and cover the guy. He didn't. It was a tight end, 17, catches a 50-yard pass or whatever. When they scored there, got the crowd back in the game, got the momentum of the game, and basically, unless you answer offensively with a scoring situation like that, you got to do something to get the momentum of the game back. And so many times today, we drove the ball down the field, get it down inside the 30. Which reminds me of the LSU game a few years ago when we lost at home, and then get negative plays, make a more difficult field goal circumstance, which we didn't take advantage of. So we never did anything to take the momentum of the game back, in the second half, and they took advantage of it.
Nick, I know you talked about mental errors being something that you wanted to correct all season. 8 penalties for 52 yards today. How uncharacteristic is that?
Well, not uncharacteristic of this team, because we had 9 last week, and that's part of the problem. And a lot of those are judgment penalties. Blocking the back on special teams got us in the hole, in the last drive. So didn't have as many administrative penalties, only a couple false starts today and illegal motions, 1 on special teams. too many penalties on special teams, turn the ball over on special teams. So, you know, there's a lot of things that we can do better, that we need to do better, and as coaches, we got to get our players to do better.
Hey, good. It seemed like the pace of play was going away though, despite not playing clean, right? Did you feel good about that, controlling the ball, running for a while there? You had plus 24 plays at one point in this area.
Oh, yeah. I mean, we controlled the ball, but we didn't finish drives. That was the point. So we squandered scoring opportunities with missed field goals in the first half, right, and not finishing drives in the second half. You know, we get down inside the 30-yard line, have negative plays that, you know, get you behind the sticks and, you know, make difficult field goals.
Coach,